In the beginning, there were farts that hopefully taught some moral lessons about bullying. And now Team Catdad is back. And this time, we're trying to figure out what makes a hero. A story that examines popularity versus heroics while teaching children how real people can inspire heroic tales. The entire creative team is back for this powerful second tale of heroics, and we do have the usual rewards and such. Truly amazing covers, including a limited edition coloring book cover for the first time. But if you're a fan of Catdad and Supermom, you know it's about more than rewards. It's about the creator's autistic son Jax and his love for him and the stories he hopes inspires and guides him and hopefully the readers of these tales. It is about the human moments and the ability to entertain and bring the entire family together that matters to us, and a reminder of the power of imagination. I want to thank you for watching this video and hope you take a moment to look over the campaign for Catdad and Supermom, What Makes a Hero. And remember, we rise together through kindness. Please go to catdadandsupermom.com for more information about this campaign. All right, so here we are, a couple hours in. It's all said and done. It's been a day that I did not expect. I did not expect us to be struggling to hit our goal when I first set up this campaign. I didn't expect Ukraine to have been invaded. I didn't expect Jax to get sick while we were out today. And be home sick now because he either ate something or drank something too fast, so his tummy's been hurting. Though he's feeling better now and being all hyper. So I actually got a chance to come on. Right now, if you haven't backed Catdad and Supermom yet, there's still time. We're close to the goal. We're like 103, I think, away, something like that. Frustrating day for me. Which is, you know, it follows with birthdays in our family. Birthdays, no matter how much we want them to go right, usually there's something that went wrong. You know, even Jax's mom had of all days, her battery died today. So he is my son. He seems to be getting this. We've had some problems with his birthdays, his actual birthdays in the past already. And I think some people just have that. The day you're born is never easy. The escape the wound day has some problems. So we are currently at 13:57. I think Jax might actually pop up behind me. Here he is. What are you doing? You're Craig from the Creek thing. So on Craig from the Creek, if you can get people to look at this, you go. That's what he's trying to do to all of you. He's like, look at what you're looking at. So he's feeling better. Your tummy feeling better? Yeah. Yeah. Is he? How old are you, Jax? 7. So you see, he's feeling a lot better. For a couple hours, it was iffy. And then I had sausage, which never agrees with my stomach. But here we are, last day of the campaign. I want to thank so many of you for sharing it, for going out of your way, showing it love. Really appreciate you. For those who watched an earlier show, we were live on TikTok, and of all things, I'll show you the video. For the record, watch this video, and this will also be good for after, because I want to explain social media and the realizations I've come to it, and a warning to all of you. So that's my son, Jackson. He's an amazing kid, but he has autism. Early on, when the symptoms started to show themselves, one of the things I noticed about him, and this moment captured it perfectly and inspired me to write comic books about him and really want to write children's books, was the imagination that he had. This inspired everything behind Catdad and Supermom. All the stories I've written, all the stories I'm going to write, it all comes back to this moment when he was playing at a convention and he was just having fun, and he'd really tapped into it. He was very much in the moment. With autism, sometimes it's hard to bring a child out of that shell. And so I created a comic book hoping to reach him, because at this point he would just rip up comic books, and I wanted him to really experience the the written word and all that it could bring. So I created a comic book about him, and I showed him the process. And sure enough, when that first comic book was printed, it changed him. It changed how he looked at books, and I'm always going to think that that was a turning moment. Him coming out of his shell and him really enjoying not only the written word, but exploring his imagination. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video and encourage you to go to Catdad and Supermom and check out this campaign. So, put that up. There's nothing wrong with that video. No one's even reported that video. No one's had a problem me posting that anywhere. That video itself is on TikTok. So today, apparently, and I'm not even kidding here. I'll send the thing to me, because I took a screenshot of the violation that they said I had, and you guys will see it. But TikTok basically decided that what I had done was, here we go. Bobby. Here it comes. That what I had shared had violated their terms of service. Now, again, they're allowed. It's their company. They're allowed to make any terms of service. Like recently when they updated it and said that I could no longer mention the word fetish, I had to understand that. That's their right. But for those who don't know, a year ago on TikTok, I told people this would be a new horizon. And it, for a while, really was. Then came into a dispute of how they paying creators. And all of a sudden, a lot of creators started grumbling that things were going funny. Their accounts were getting banned suddenly when they were getting too big. An influx of creators were noticing they were getting, like, basically their videos taken down for no reason. No real good reason. And it wasn't just me, because I had a couple of those and I'd fought them. And now, mind you, out of everything that I fought on TikTok, only 2 videos weren't reversed. And those 2 videos were ridiculous. There was one where girls were slapping each other in the butt. And so I made a joke, can I play? That was literally it. And for those who know me for a while, you know that's pretty tame for me, especially the free hugs and spank sign. So most people would look at what that would be and just be like, that's not even bad. The second one was someone saying a positive message, really positive, about taking 2 lighters and saying no matter how beat up this one is, sometimes all it needs is a little help. Both lit. And I did this. The entire video in a blue screen. I pointed up. And I got a warning about violent acts. Today, this is what we got. So this is the need of favor. It said that I had, we do not allow, this is what it said I violated. We do not allow contact that depicts or promotes or trades firearms, ammunitions. What? Provides instructions on how to manufacture. What? Depicts, promotes, or trades drugs or other. What? Depicts or promotes acts punishable by law, including theft, assault, human exploitation. What? Provides instructions on how to conduct criminal. What? None of that was in the video you just all watched with me. So I'm not trashing TikTok. I'm not going to trash Facebook, because here's the realistic thing. They no longer see us as anything but content providers that when it works for them, it works for them because they need us on there. The truth is we have a lot more power with these platforms, except they can keep knocking us down. And you have to understand that now. That all these platforms, you have to look at it like investment and time that you're putting in and really decide what works best for you and how it works best for you. For me, I like TikTok. I do think it connects with other people, and I like the idea I'm helping people. But I don't take more than like 20 minutes a day working on TikTok. So I don't mind starting again. That's what will wind up happening. I know the methodology. I'm going to spread myself. Yes, baby. You're really hyper right now, huh? He's had way too much sugar today for his own good. You counting? I'm gonna break myself. I'm doing 3 different, because I am gonna fight to get my profile back. Go, sit down, be good. I am gonna fight to get my profile back, and we'll see what comes of that. But the 3 profiles I'll have the Bobby Gregory, which will advocate for mental health, autism, and it'll be very positive and uplifting. Comics Unleashed, it'll be where more of my sarcastic, funny stuff goes. I expect to have to rebuild that one a few times over the years because, you know, I do have a little bit of a troublemaker, a little bit of a envelope pusher, and that's where I'll do all the envelope pushing. And comicbookadvocates.com will be purely comics. Now, comicbookadvocates.com, mind you, is problematic as well. Because believe it or not, just like I got in trouble on Facebook, I've gotten in trouble a couple times in Comic Book Advocates now. Each one has been reversed. I have not had anything that was not reversed. We got in trouble for promoting an LGBTQ comic. And actually, I got in trouble on my profile. That was one of the ones that I had gone, but I put it on both. So it flew on one without a problem. So that could have just been someone getting it. But like when I promote too many things, I know that it gets shadow banned. Shadow ban, by the way, it's when the companies kind of hit you in the kneecap to deliberately keep your numbers down. And I've had that done, and it sucks. But you just have to realize, my friends, this is how it is. This is something that is built to no longer help us. It is meant for us to spend money on it, and that's the reality of the situation. Here's my message to you all today, especially within the comic book industry. We have to rise together. And that has to be an active choice. We have to help each other. I've been very, very, very blessed with an amazing amount of people who have stood up, shared my stuff, and taken us to a new level. As of right now, I'm looking at our campaign. And I don't know who someone must have updated, because we're $100 away now, which blows me away. Thank you, whoever did it. And I'll look when we're after, or maybe I'll look on the phone and give them a shout out real quick. I'm always weird about that. Am I allowed to give shout outs to people who back the campaign? Is that okay? Am I supposed to do that? I never know, because that comes more from the fetish book, obviously. I don't think anyone would be mad if I called them and thanked them for the Catdad. But a few people I do want to thank. I want to get these. Trish and Mike have been awesome the whole campaign. Raheel and Chuck, and I don't care that they're part of the team. I've seen them out there campaigning for this. They've done an amazing job. KJ Kaminsky, thank you so much for all you've done recently. Shout out to John Epple, who's been sharing it. Shout out to, there's Trish again doing it. Dave Campatilla. Thank you. Specs Comics has been amazing. Gary Henderson, you're awesome. And if I forget you, please know that's not on purpose. I'm just reading from the last 12 hours who have shared it. Martha Schwartz, thank you again for all the support. Wendy Gale, Elizabeth King, you're awesome. Valerie Pierce, George Alvarez, you're amazing. All of you, thank you for the support and the love and the trust in creating. I'm not going to get negative, because things don't always come easy. If my life ever becomes a transcript of my life, like an autobiography, and I'm not around, I want all of you to fight to make sure it didn't come easy. Be my autobiography name, because I'm okay. Life's sometimes a struggle. My home, technically one of the places I'm from genetically, so I'm right off I'm first generation off the boat on my mother's side. Ukraine is, you see how they fight. And I'm very proud to hear some of those stories of just the tenacity, and I'm proud to come from that, honestly. And for those wondering how Ukrainian I am, this didn't just happen overnight. I've always talked about it. I don't think anyone ever paid attention to it. There is just a tenacity. I'm Irish, I'm Scottish, and I appreciate all the support, because those are groups of people who know how to work together. In the comic book industry, we're going to have to learn how to do that a lot better. So thank you to all the people showing support and love, to Mike Seeley, who's done nothing but be supportive in the background, encouraging me. This was not always the easiest campaign that I was going through. There were times where it was very hard. We had some problems behind the scenes. I'm blown away, but this has to go for more than just me. We have to help each other. And I said this earlier today, I'm going to say it right now. I have 4,900 people who follow me on Facebook. Friends. We'll put the quotes up. If every one of my friends had shared it once or donated $1, one or the other, this campaign would have funded. Instead, I've had a great, amazing group of people who have helped me get to where I am. $100 from our goal, just a couple hours to go. And I'm so thankful for that. But I want to draw that realization. And 62 backers who've taken me this far, and I love all of you for showing support. Like, honestly, blown away. This story is about him. It's so important. There's been so much going against us in this, and you have risen us up, and you have taught me that my positivity matters, and you're all amazing. But if more of us would just help each other, we could take back the social medias. We could make it what we want it if we just all got it out of our own way. If everyone was sharing as many campaigns as I share, then I wouldn't get in trouble for it. That's the realization here. And love to Trish and Mike, who are always out there, always putting content out, always doing things, man. I'm blown away by them. They're great cheerleaders for this comic book industry. And I am just making sure I'm not missing anything here. Nope, I don't think I'm getting any comments, because now Facebook doesn't show me his viewing, by the way, half the time. I've been talking to 3 people, and it says 1 person's watching. And if I sound frustrated, yeah, I'll be honest, I am frustrated by these things. I'm very frustrated by that. I'm frustrated by how we are all treated in these regards. But again, there we go. Again, I'm proud to know so many people, and if we want to change these bigger companies, we have to start supporting each other, stop putting wedges between each other, and start respecting each other a lot more. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to not agree with each other. It's not okay to not help other people, to not support other people. Let's see, we actually got a comment. What do we got? You say about 490 people sharing and backing. I think it's only today I've seen a post from you about it. I remember when you first ran Catdad, I didn't see posts about the campaign at lead or until a week after it ended. See, that's what I mean, Kev. Like, we're live right now, Catdad and Superman. We use every dollar. We're $100 away from the goal. Right now, I could use it. But that's the point. As creators, we have to exhaust ourselves. We have to do these videos, and we have to do all these interviews. You talk to Chuck, who's always doing interviews. Talk to Mike and Trish, who are just on every day of their campaign. And it's crippling to have to do that and only get one backer at a time, because this is what Facebook has turned us into. If you don't buy an ad, and if you're not doing something especially that has boobs on it, if you're trying to do something without sexuality on a cover. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with sexuality on the cover. Don't twist it. But those seem to get good traction on their own. And people take shortcuts. They buy each other's email lists. They start doing these things to get ahead. And they start, there's a lot that's done behind the scenes that, if you had to say it out loud, most people would look at you like, really, you're okay with doing that? But it's you want to keep creating, and creators are put in this hard spot where they can't always get the sunlight. So like a tree, it bends in any way it can to find the sun. And that's what a lot of creators are doing nowadays. They're just bending and trying to survive and trying to be seen. Like, my goodness, just trying to be seen right now is so devastatingly hard, especially if you're not trying to buy someone's email list. If you're not doing things to get more noticed. And, for some of us, we try not to spam. I spend times not sharing the same post for a week because I don't want anyone to feel I'm spamming them. I try to treat everyone how I want to be treated. I don't put out the message very often. I ask my friends for favors. I don't randomly go out. A few times where I've sent something to someone and they're like, well, I don't know why you're asking me. And I'd be like, scroll up and look how you just asked me for help a month ago, and I did. And we should be able to trade that, helping each other. That is something we should trade. Now, being an advocate, people mistake that I do this for some sort of financial gain. Obviously, I don't, or my Kickstarters would do better. I want us all to start helping each other more, not helping everyone. I don't care if you have a small pocket of creators that just help each other. That's awesome. I want you guys to really go out of your way, if you can, to just help each other. What's going on in the Ukraine? Look at them banding together. I am so inspired by that. These social media companies, they're going to abuse us, and they're going to continue because they can. Here's the ultimate goal. There's no one like Facebook out there. There's just not. There isn't. We need it to connect to people. TikTok has something that's very interesting and unique and fun. And I'm okay continuously rebuilding these, starting from zero and going again. Become like a role-playing game for me. It'll be my D&D every week, knowing that I'm risking all of that energy. But if I can make something positive, if I can get someone's project looked at, it's all worth it to me. You have to understand your investment and the reward structure that you have going on. Jax, you are just so hyper today, aren't you? You want to come talk to people for a minute?
Hey, you stinky.
You're calling everyone stinky. They were backing Catdad and Supermom number 2. Hey, Jax, when you grow up, what do you want to do?
7.
No, when you grow up, when you're an adult, what do you want to do for a job? What do you want to do when you grow up?
But
Do you want to go to Comic-Cons?
yes.
Didn't you tell Daddy you want to become a writer?
Yeah.
What do you want to write?
Mike.
No, Mikey's his best friend.
No.
What stories do you want to write?
Con.
Comic-Con? What kind of stories?
Con.
You want to do Catdad when you grow up? You're pointing to that? You want to take over Daddy's title when you have a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you do. And that's why we do the thing, at least for me. I say this all the time. Everything I do is honestly for legacy. I look at what I'm leaving him. I look at what I'm leaving the world. And I really, really try to support every person I can, every way I can. And I understand money's tight. And I don't ever tell anyone that they have to do anything. You don't have to do a damn thing to have my friendship. But just imagine if we all just helped each other. Imagine if just 100 people on my list of almost 5,000 people right now just threw $1. Just threw $1. Imagine the change that it would have. That's it. If you took just the backers we have right now, 62 people, and take it to the probably 10,000 people that follow me on social media. And like Kev says, it's hard to see this. So let's say out of 10,000 people, just 1,000 people saw it. 62 people of that 10,000 people have backed it. Now, let's say, even cutting it in half, let's say 500 people, 62 backed it, the rest all shared it. That $1 from 500 people, it mattered. That's why I always said it, a dollar in a dream. I've always said that. I've always pushed it because it's true. And it's not for me. This came from a friend years ago, and his goal was like $3,000, and he was at a point where they only raised $1,500, and he knew he couldn't make it, and he didn't have the money to throw in, because sometimes when you're really close to a goal, what are you going to do? Tell 60 backers, tell 100 backers, tell 200 backers, well, sorry guys, I'm not going to make this book because I didn't raise every single cent I wanted. Sometimes creators throw in their own money. As long as they get the product out, there's nothing wrong with it. That shows that they're not willing to let a dream die. And I respect people who do that. I don't respect people who launch something, you get 2 backers and then put their own money in, unless they put the book out. If they put the book out, then God bless them, because that's how passionate they are. It's always about whether you get the book out. So this friend told me, and to their credit, they launched later and got it to fund. I'm super proud of them. But they looked at me and said, I have all these people who are on my friends list who follow me, and they could have made this happen by just $1. Just $1 could have made all that projects come true. So this campaign is going to end. We're 62 backers, 1402. I do know I have a family member who said that they're going to be upping their pledge, so hopefully that helps. And I'm a lot more confident now than I've been this whole campaign. And it's a little longer than I like. I generally hate long campaigns, but you guys have done an amazing job, and I appreciate you all, and nothing but love for every one of you who have come to the rally cry of me and really helped me. Understand social media is here to use us as a cog in their machine. They are not our friends. They are not. It's not a place. They didn't create this to do anything but make money. I miss you, MySpace. Tom, you are awesome. Tom, I miss you. The rest of the social media, it's about how we handle it. If we tag each other, we can beat these conglomerates. We can work together. We can rise together. It doesn't have to be for my projects, but pick someone to help. Pick someone to help make their dreams come true. We need to band together. We need to help. We need to take what we see in Ukraine and see how powerful working together is. They have stopped the Russians longer than anyone gave them credit for. No one thought that this was possible. Regular people have come together to band together to say no. And that's easier decision to make, I know. And it is frustrating sometimes to be in this comic book industry. I know. I'm in it too. But just create your comics. Surround yourself with people who are positive and have the most amount of fun you can have with it. That crazy guy in the background jumping on the bed like he's not supposed to because he's super hyper because he's had probably too much sugar today because it's his birthday inspires me to do all this. Find something that inspires you and live up. And I heard this and it blew my mind. I'll play a video after this and get out of your hair for Sunday. I might come on later to do a countdown or something like that. But for right now, I'm going to get out of your hair. And we'll replay this on some other channels. But I want you to hear this and understand this. And this has changed my trajectory at how I'm looking at a lot of things right now. Be the leader you want to follow. That hit me. That hit me hard. Be the leader that you want to follow. And with that, if you haven't backed Catdad and Supermom, please consider doing it. Just $1 can help us get to that goal. And if you have backed it, if you've shared it, seriously, much appreciation, much love. Like you guys have restilled a lot of my faith that I needed restored after the last couple weeks with the Ukrainian situation and even just looking at the industry some days. It's great to see how many amazing people there still are out there. Thank you all for being who you are. And until we meet again on another video, go out there and support other creators. Make dreams come true. All it takes is one single dollar. And if you don't know why, now you will. That Catdad and Supermom was created. So that's my son Jackson. He's an amazing kid, but he has autism. Early on, when the symptoms started to show themselves, one of the things I noticed about him, and in this moment captured it perfectly and inspired me to write comic books about him and really want to write children's books, was the imagination that he had. This inspired everything behind Catdad and Supermom. All the stories I've written, all the stories I'm going to write, it all comes back to this moment when he was playing at a convention and he was just having fun and he'd really tapped into it. He was very much in the moment. With autism, sometimes it's hard to bring a child out of that shell. And so I created a comic book hoping to reach him, because at this point he would just rip up comic books and I wanted him to really experience the written word and all that it could bring. So I created a comic book about him and I showed him the process. And sure enough, when that first comic book was printed, it changed him. It changed how he looked at books. And I'm always going to think that that was a turning moment. Him coming out of his shell and him really enjoying not only the written word, but exploring his imagination. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video and encourage you to go to Catdad and Supermom and check out this campaign. Thank you for being on with me today. And with that, I'm going to let you guys go along with your Sunday. Thank you for all the support.